This exercise is the knees hugged clamshell. For this exercise, we're going to put the TheraBand around the knees, creating a little tension so that we can rotate into it. We're going to hug the knees up towards the chest. We do the knee hug for a couple of reasons. A lot of times what I find as a therapist is that when I ask somebody to do a traditional clamshell where they're rotating the hip to the outside, what they tend to do is rotate through the back or extend the back to create that motion. And then you feel it more in like the front of the thigh and the muscle we call the TFL versus feeling it kind of in the back of the glutes, which is what we're really looking for with the clamshell, is a nice squeeze in the back side of the hip musculature. So what I've done to kind of try to eliminate that is we just hug the knees up into the chest as far as we can. When in doubt, try to get the leg that's on top. Make sure that knee is kind of out in front of the one that's on the bottom so that that pelvis is all the way rotated forward as far as it can go. And then we're going to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the outside of the hip, create that rotation through the hip that hopefully we feel then kind of deep in the back of the butt or in the back of the glutes there in our hip external rotator muscles. If you're feeling that in the front of the thigh, you're usually doing something where your back muscles are still engaged and it's pulling your pelvis back so that the muscle in the front can kick. So try to get your low back to relax and really try to round out the back and push that pelvis, get that pelvis as far forward as you can, if you will, and see if you can actually get to find where you find that in the glutes. Okay. There are other exercises. If you're not able to get it, we'll usually go to the prone prop with an army crawl where we rotate the knee up in the army crawl position. That'll always get that glute to fire. So if you're having trouble finding it, don't beat yourself up over it. We'll just switch exercises and find one that's a little bit easier for you. But for a lot of people, this can be a nice way to really isolate those glutes and get a nice squeeze through the outside of the hip. In an open chain format where the body's kind of in place and we're moving through the hip joint by itself. So we have a lot of options with this one. Make sure it's something that's working for you and you're feeling the glute, not in the front of your thigh. And then otherwise it can be a really, really nice exercise. Okay. If you have any questions, make sure you let one of our therapists know and we'll go from there. Appreciate it.